Right now, 5,000 migrants march toward our southern border as we speak, and the caravan leader says it's all thanks to President Biden.
Joe Biden administration has lost the ball, has lost the power in America. Where's the American intelligence? Don't they know that all the countries are conspiring against the United States to make sure they have this crisis?
So listen, there's no spin there. He's not running for office. He's telling you the fact, and he's making money off it. This is Customs and Border Patrol report, yet another record-breaking year with over 3 million encounters nationwide.
So let's break down all the numbers. So, Brian, this is including the southern and northern border. Let's go to the first slide.
Right. I think that if in the perfect
working
world,
on it.
There it is.
All right. So there's been 3.2 million encounters. So, Brian, they're talking about when Border Patrol has processed these individuals, they've been in custody, and that's up by 15%.
They come in, they know what to say, and they get in. It's up to 15%. And this is just, I don't know, November? I believe the year doesn't end for another month. Then we talk about people that we only see the back of their heads or their hoodie because they got away. We can't catch them. They're now in. I wonder what they're up to. 600,000. Does that worry you?
Brian, that 600,000 is not included in that 3.2 million. Now, people ask me all the time, where do they get these got-away numbers? This is from the technology on the border, from the ranchers. This is from the loose armbands that they leave, that they cut off from the cartel. They take all those numbers together, and that's how they figure out where the gotaways come from, Brian.
So this is disturbing. You wonder, hey, what are they up to when they get here? Well, you could also find out where they're from. And does their name appear on an FBI watch list? That means you say the country they came from subscribes to this worldwide net. Now, that doesn't count the outlaw countries that don't subscribe. We got the terror watch list up 75%. Do you know that there was one year, I think it was 2017, when there was 0 who came across on the terror watch list? Now it's through the roof at a time in which the world is on fire. Don't tell me that doesn't worry you. Add into that this special alien list of would-be terror countries like Iran, Afghanistan, and Syria. They're up by the tens of thousands.
Unbelievable. So, Brian, you hear from a lot of people in the liberal press as well as the liberal representatives that they care about the children, the folks that are crossing the border. Well, the search and rescue missions that are done by Texas DPS as well as Border Patrol, that's up 65%. These are the people that are drowning in the Rio Grande or having heat strokes on the border, Brian.
They put a water buoy to block the Rio Grande to let people know you can't get past it. And the federal government sued to rip that out in Texas. Texas had to pick it up, but right now they are appealing that decision.
So I don't think there's any graphic that really tells the story like this. I remember when I was at the border, Brian, you used to see maybe 1 or 2 people from China, but now that's up by 89%.
Right. In some cases, they leave the border and they apply for a job at SpaceX.
Yeah.
A lot of people, now you might say to yourself, I'd leave China too. That's something to think about. China's never been more repressive and oppressive. So you want to get out, you want to get out now. Or are you coming over here to do the work of China, spy and find out our technology and bring it back? The track record says the latter. Russia, of course it's a hellhole. Everybody wants to leave Russia. But why is it up 57%? They basically declared war on us. Does that concern you? It certainly should. And
then
what about Ecuador?
Ecuador is up 371%. Now, they will tell you that they're applying for an asylum. 90% of those are rejected, though, Brian.
We have relations with the Ecuadorian government, which you do if it was the previous administration. You put pressure on them and say, control your border or you lose your aid. Venezuela falling apart. They're up 180. They're up significantly, 76%. And guess what? I think in this case, Maduro is emptying his prisons. They also get special consideration here in New York. They get immediate work visas, but only 1% of the Venezuelans have actually applied to work. It's too much fun in the 10 cities. While the kids can't play soccer, they can play Scrabble.
And Brian, you saw our coverage down at the border when the Haitian migrants came across. It shows in the numbers 189%.
But here's the thing: they're not just coming from Haiti. They were living in Brazil, in Central and South America, and they said now's the time to go, and they come in. But they do have a government that fell apart. Finally, fentanyl.
Yeah. So you may not be a border state, but you technically are because the fentanyl is definitely impacting you. So the seizures are up 84%. Why does this matter? DA says that 50% of the drugs that are on the market right now are laced with fentanyl, Brian.
Follow the money, $71.6 million made. If you take it, if it's slipped into drugs that like Ritalin or ADD medication, or actually use it just to get high, it's going to cost the lives of 6 billion people. That's the potential of the amount of drugs coming here. Someone else making money, someone else slowly poisoning us, because we know the foundation of fentanyl, made in China, it's actually brewed in Mexico and then brought here.
So when people tell you you don't have a heart when you oppose illegal immigration, tell them this story, Brian.
I think, that ship has sailed.